welcome back to Hermitcraft. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Everybody knows I do have a few diamonds. It's kind of obvious here in the chest. I do have a few. And I decided that wasn't enough. I wanted more. So, a couple of days ago, I came down here into the branch mine, and I did this part here that had not been worked at the time. And I set up a new workstation here, even with growing a couple of blocks of nether wart and a brewing station and all the stuff I need for making 8-minute fire resistance potions and so on. And I came down here and I started mining. I decided, by the way, that I would mark the areas that I was working at. I brought with me 2 stacks of redstone torches. I have placed 77 of them. 1 torch at the opening for each completed branch. Yeah. Been a little on the busy side. Each branch taking anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes, depending on what I have to deal with in that branch. After all of that mining, I acquired a decent amount of stuff. I found 3 spawners down that way. This is the content of the loot chests from those spawners, along with a few occasional mob drops that I've picked up along the way, because sometimes you mine and you're digging along the mine and you break into an open area like abandoned mine shaft or a ravine, and you got mobs to deal with and so on. But I come up with a decent amount of stuff, in addition to the usual tons of cobblestone. Yeah, I've got a decent amount of diorite, a little over 8 stacks of obsidian, so lots of lava to deal with, gravel and some dirt, and some andesite and some granite, and let's see, a good amount of redstone block and lapis blocks. Yeah, doing real good. And something like a whole lot of coal blocks and 2.5 stacks almost of iron block. But what you're really looking to see, 55 diamond block plus 4 diamonds. Not bad, if I do say so myself. The one thing I noticed, I brought these extra picks because I anticipated that over time this would wear down and I'd have to stop using it until I could get it repaired and so on. And then I heard something, somebody said something at some point about removing armor so that it doesn't take up experience, because all my stuff has mending on it. And you'll notice that this stuff is not damaged at all. There's no damage bars on them. But I took it off and I tried it. And you know something? This pick was at about durability 1100 and something when I did that. Took the armor off, continued mining. Next thing I know, this thing had no durability damage at all. It spent most of its time completely repaired. I never needed to use the other picks. And the question that brings to mind is, isn't this a bug? Is this not a bug? Mending armor, using up experience, even when it's not damaged? That strikes me as a bug. Now, what do I know? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just full of hot air and don't know what I'm talking about. That's entirely possible. It wouldn't be the first time. But it sure as heck sounds like a bug to me. In the meantime, with all those tons and tons of diamonds, I'm doing better and feeling better about that. Now, there is something else I want to deal with real quick. There is a myth to be busted. Oh, right. Well, The myth is concerning path blocks. You know how path blocks are. You right-click on grass with a shovel, and it creates these path blocks. Very kind of nice thing for landscaping and such. It's been used extensively in the Mesa to make pathways that actually sort of kind of look like pathways. But there is a myth about path blocks that I have personally found quite annoying recently. And the myth is that placing armor stands on path blocks causes them to become dirt. I submit this is not true. You'll notice here I have just placed a whole bunch of armor stands on path blocks. None of them have become dirt. Not one has turned into dirt. Armor stands do not cause path blocks to become dirt. I don't know where this myth originated, but it is clearly not true. Myth busted. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.